right, everybody, I'm going to interview Mike Browning next. Come on, give it up for Mike.
Thank you.
Talk about a legend in this scene, man. Wow.
Old legend.
First of all, thank you for being here, Mike. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. I've known you for how many years?
Oh, fuck. 35
we don't even want to count that.
Something,
yeah.
Whatever. Longer than that. Late 80s.
Yep.
That's my demo of Nocturnus in that glass case over there.
Oh, nice.
That I got. Which one was it?
87 or 88? Science of Horror.
Science of Horror, yes.
Yeah, 88.
Yeah.
1988.
There you go. 88. I've known this guy. What do you think about this whole, you were here last year too. And first of all, that drum kit right there on display right at the entrance of this hall, what I call the Kill Drums kit. Yep. And Mike Browning set that up last year, and luckily enough we had a drum tech that was here that worked with Kill Drums. He set it up this time. Dude, that kit's enormous, man. Yeah, and I want to thank you for setting it up for us last year.
No problem. I owned it for several years myself.
Right.
And it was a lot to set up every time we played. So.
Hell yeah, dude. That's why you got rid of it, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So you can also take pictures on that thing. I don't want anybody to be afraid to. Just do it, man. That's what it's there for. It's mine. I own it. Get up there and take a photo if you want. And but Mike, you have been part of some fucking legendary shit, man. I mean, early Morbid Angel, Nocturnus, Incubus, and the Florida Incubus, death metal. And tell me how, like I ask everybody, what got you into music? What inspired you to play drums, or what did you start always playing drums and vocals, or how did that come about?
Well, the funny thing is, in the 70s, my mom had a band. Like a classic rock kind of band.
Yeah.
She sang in the band, and they used to practice it at our house. And I used to always watch the drummer play.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I was probably like 12 or something like that, around that age, 11, 12. And so when they started teaching music in school, like seriously, like what instrument you want to play, I was like, I want to do the drums. So I kind of started in 7th grade, basically, playing drums. And I did that through high school. And then I met Trey from Morbid Angel in high school.
Did you play drums at high school?
I did the marching band.
Okay.
Yeah, in like 1979 and 80.
Okay.
I did the marching band, and then I didn't do anything in 81, but actually in 82 I met Trey. Yeah, I met Trey in 1982 in the high school. He had moved there.
Yeah.
And so we started playing together. He played guitar, played drums. So we're like, let's, get a band going, and we did, and we played the high school talent show.
Okay.
as a band called Ice.
Okay, cool.
So Ice turned into Morbid Angel.
Oh, okay.
Later on, like a couple years later.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
I wasn't here, but yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. So that's kind of like how it started with me. And I don't know. My mom always had rock records, and
right.
She had listened to some Black Sabbath and stuff like that, and I just always listened to that stuff, and I loved it.
So was there any band in particular in this area that helped make you get into brutal fucking shit to Morbid Angel?
Well, I don't know. I mean, back then there really wasn't a lot of brutal bands here.
Right.
I don't think there were any, actually, because
Nasty Savage, though.
Nasty Savage, of course, was the first one. I think they were the first band, besides from Savatage, of course.
Right.
But I used to go to the Brandon pub.
Yeah.
And watch Nasty Savage, and a lot of times Savatage would play there.
Oh, okay.
And just that's where it kind of all started.
Right.
For me, I started watching that stuff, and we were playing a couple places as Morbid Angel, and Massacre came and played some shows with us.
Okay, Massacre, yeah.
And then Executioner showed up.
Right.
As a new band.
Yeah.
And we started doing shows with Executioner and Amon, which turned into Deicide.
Yeah.
Executioner, Obituary. So it's we played with those bands all the time back in like 1988, 1987.
Right, and it seems like the common theme that everybody that got it more extreme and more extreme was influenced by Nasty Savage. Go see their extreme kind of show and say, man,
yeah, I saw so many of their shows back then, and they were just insane. I mean,
Yeah.
I was just like, wow. And Ronnie actually used to pick me up all the time. I'd get, because, back then I wasn't a very, I weighed like 140 pounds. So I would always run up to the front of the stage, and he'd pick me up
Oh, he'd pick you up.
over his head and throw me into the audience. And, it was fun. We kind of had that little thing going at a lot of the shows.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was fun.
You remember that shit, David?
Ronnie would pick me up and throw me into the audience.
That's
it was
fucking
great.
crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome. So
Now he picks TVs up.
he picks everything up now and throws it, no matter what it is.
Fuck yeah. So so everybody in the scene just really was wanting to get more. I love that shit. I want to get more aggressive. That's how I felt.
Exactly,
like
yeah.
And that's how I was when I was listening to music. I was like, okay, I like this. Okay, what's this? And I got more aggressive in listening.
Yeah, there was a record store on Kennedy by Dale Mabry, and it was called Asylum Records.
Okay, it was still around when I moved here in '87. I believe.
Was it? It might have been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I remember
And-
I have some stickers. I
And I used to ride my bicycle there. Before I even drove, like I was 13, 14 years old, I'd ride my bicycle up there and get albums. And the guy, I think his name was Fred, who owned Asylum Records, and he would get these albums from Europe. Like he showed me like Killers and like Iron Maiden covers, and I'd be like, whoa, that's pretty crazy, and he'd be playing them in the store.
Right.
And so I'd be like, okay, I want that one, and I'd go home, ride my bicycle home with an album under my arm. And I had in my mom's house, I had my drums set up there, and I had a turntable behind me with these two big, huge stereo speakers, and I would literally like drop the needle, out and then just start playing to the records,
I
So
got you.
It was
Yeah.
kind of fun, that's what and there, of course, another band too, Argus.
Oh yeah, Argus.
They
that's
weren't
right.
death metal, but they were doing stuff like Angel Witch.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Iron Maiden, and
I know that's David Austin's favorite band.
yeah, exactly. And Glenn's
Angel Witch.
Glenn was here earlier, one of the guitar players. But and then it's funny because I used to go watch them. All the
from
time.
Argus.
Yeah, at Mark Twain's place called Mark
Okay,
Twain's.
I'd heard of that place. I don't think.
Yeah,
I
they
ever
played
went
there all the time. Argus did, and they were doing the heaviest covers that you
Oh,
know,
okay,
and they had some
gotcha.
of their own songs too, of course.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny because later on they got back together, and I ended up playing drums for them for a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah,
years.
yeah.
So it's kind of
Hell yeah.
when you're like 18 years old and you're watching this band up on stage and you're going, damn, that's pretty cool. And then you end up playing for them like a couple years, like 20 years later.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
So shit happened with Morbid Angel, and then you left that, and then you formed Nocturnus, which we talked about a minute
Yeah.
ago. I have the Science of Horrors over there in the case.
In between that, there was a band Incubus.
Oh yeah, okay.
The bass player, when Morbid Angel kind of split in half.
The real Incubus is what I always say.
Yeah. So the bass player and me stuck together, and he had a band called Incubus in Atlanta. And so when that happened, we got another guitar player, and Trey and Richard went up to North Carolina and started playing with David Vincent.
Right.
So we did Incubus for it only lasted about 6 months, though. And that kind of fell apart. That guy was like, Sterling, the bass player, he was
Oh, yeah.
genuine, like crazy, like really
Gotcha.
crazy. He ended up killing himself
Crazy.
later on. So
That is
he really
crazy.
was like really whacked out.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hard to deal with a person
Right.
like that. But after that, I started Nocturnus in
Right.
1987,
Okay.
the same year that I did Incubus for 6 months. But we never did any shows with Incubus. We just recorded 3 songs, and that was it. So it was
Wow,
a short-lived situation. But it actually got, the demo that we did do, like, got really popular after.
Right,
So-
and underground.
Yeah, but then I did Nocturnus, and I've had several versions of that, and I still have one today called Nocturnus AD.
Yeah.
So basically, that's I've been doing mostly that ever since then.
Hell yeah. And you have a few albums out
Yeah.
with Nocturnus AD.
Yeah, Nocturnus AD. We have 2 albums out. We're working on a third one. It's Profound Lore Records from Canada.
Okay.
The first 2 albums, you can get them Spotify or whatever, anywhere pretty much, or go to Profound Lore. It's a Canadian company, and get them from there, the CDs or vinyls, whatever you want.
So yeah, what's funny is people I talk to, they don't even say Nocturnus, they just say Nocturnus.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you formed that shit.
yeah, I came up with a name.
Yeah.
And really, the funny thing about that name is I listened to Slayer a lot back then, of course, and they, Hell Awaits, and I love that line, Nocturnal Specters. Nocturnal Specters hiding through the light, So I always liked that, and I thought, Nocturnal Specters, that's a kind, but I didn't want to take it right from Slayer, so I kind of I looked up nocturnal in the dictionary, and it said the Latin form is Nocturnus, and I said, well, that sounds pretty cool too. So that's where the name came from, basically.
Okay. What was your theme always like in Morbid Angel when you wrote lyrics and also in Nocturnus? And there was a difference though too.
Yeah, I mean, with me, in Morbid Angel, it's just about being pretty blasphemous. Like Chapel of Ghouls, I wrote pretty much most of the lyrics, and Trey wrote some of them in that one.
And you didn't want to write any happy songs. No. Jesus Christ, happy.
Yeah, Demon Seed was one.
I love you.
Stuff like that. So, I did some of the lyrics there, but it was mostly Trey was more into the Necronomicon than I was then.
Okay. Yeah.
But he, he had more of those style lyrics, and I was doing the more blasphemous type stuff back then. And take it away, Tim. And
his safety net is gone.
Yeah. So when the early Nocturnus, the first demo was pretty much the same kind of stuff, before Christ, after death.
Oh, okay.
Things like that. I was still writing stuff like that, and then when the second version of Nocturnus came about, Mike Davis came in the band, and he loved science fiction, and I did too. So we started talking about, he's like, well, what if we did this and what if we did that? So I started putting more science fiction into the lyrics, and he would come up with some stuff, and like he'd write down some ideas, and I'd take them and write the song with it.
Okay.
And I, so when the Key came out, or actually Science of Horror, it was kind of the mixture of my horror type, evil stuff and his. And
the science
fiction stuff. So that's why we called it the Science of Horror.
Okay. Killer.
Yeah. So it actually, it was kind of cool. And then I just kind of took it from there, and kind of kept on with it.
Hell yeah. And that backdrop that you have back there, is that the original Nocturnus? And who was in that band?
The original Nocturnus, the original one was actually myself, Richard Bateman.
Richard Bateman.
On bass.
He's got a bass over there I got from his... he played in high school and after. He might have played it in Nocturnus.
He probably. I know he had one that he usually used for
like
everything.
A wood color.
Yes,
it's over there. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
have
that is
now.
Okay, wow, that's awesome.
And the Galen Kruger he used to play.
Yeah,
he had it for many years.
Yeah, that's probably.
I think it was in Nasty Savage and later.
Yeah, he usually used the same equipment for all years.
He'd wear it till it's gone.
Right. Yeah. No doubt. But yeah, it was me and Richard and. Vincent Crowley.
Yeah.
He was the first guitar player in Nocturnus. And we were just a three-piece at that point. And Vince had a band called Entity.
Okay.
And that had just broke up. So when he joined Nocturnus, he had a bunch of songs in Entity. We kind of made them Nocturnus songs. And then actually after he moved and started Acheron.
Yeah.
And then I ended up playing in Acheron late after Nocturnus for a little while. And
he moved back here?
Yeah, when he moved back here, he asked me if I'd play drums for him, and I was still in Nocturnus, and I said, yeah, I'll do both.
Yeah.
Back then, it was kind of weird. You didn't really play in two bands back then.
That's true.
It kind of wasn't that way.
Yeah.
Now everybody plays in every band, but yeah.
Oh, you're going to go play in that band?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
But I told Vince, yeah, I'll do it. I'll play drums. And
now it's like you play in multiple bands, which the next guest plays in 15,000 bands.
Right. And so what we did, we took some of those old songs that he did in Nocturnus that he wrote the music and stuff for, and we actually ended up doing them again as Acheron.
Oh, okay,
when I came back into the band. Yeah.
Hell
so it's just a few, maybe 4 or 5 of them.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah, and so, fuck yeah, man. And what do you have any shows coming up?
Not right now. We're writing new songs for our goal right now is to get the next record out.
Right, yeah.
And we're getting there. We're working on our 7th song, so we're going to have like 8 on the next record, so we're almost there.
Think by the end of the year?
Oh, no, probably over the summer. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the label's like, whenever you're ready, we'll book some dates in the studio. So.
Fuck yeah. And where do you record?
Where?
Yeah, around here.
Well, hopefully. Home? Well, I mean,
home studio.
Oh yeah. Well, I have a garage at my house, and we've converted that over, soundproofed it. We can record there. We can play loud, anything we want. So some days we'll play really loud through the amps, and then some days we'll play through headphones and record and write.
Okay,
you know,
gotcha.
So mainly when we're recording or writing, you know, we'll play with the headphones, and if we got a show or something coming up, we'll do loud practices and just, you know, jam.
Yeah, it ain't like it used to be. Like back in my day, you set a jam box up, and that would become a Morbid Angel demo.
Yeah, it did too. Yeah, we did do that. We had plenty of those.
Hell yeah. Mike, fucking thank you and thanks for bringing the fucking killer backdrop out. And give it up for Mike Browning.
Thank you, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. I just want to say Dave has kind of brought metal to Tampa in a way that nobody has done before with this, because, I mean, we've all known each other for a really long time, but we never really had anything to where we all kind of got together and did it together.
Like a community,
yeah. And
well, we had a community, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it wasn't.
Now this is church right here.
Yeah, it wasn't an event like this is, and now we have it. So, you know.
Or a family reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to thank Dave for this, or, you know, none of us would be here, and nobody'd be standing here right now. So, yeah, it's awesome. And, you know, you see so many people that have been around for 30, 40 years now, and it's just crazy. And all the new people that come through, it's just awesome.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. Right. Give it up for Mike Browning.
Thank you.